Good evening, everybody. It's Saturday night, my friends, and I'm back. And let's see if we can. I don't know if we'll finish Mars Horizon tonight. I would like to, but I think we can at least make some significant inroads into the end game of Mars Horizon. So let's pop on in and do those things, if we will. But welcome on in, everybody. Welcome. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope you're all healthy and happy and all those things. Kicking butt, taking names, getting things done, and enjoying life along the way. Hopefully you've had a good weekend so far. I discovered, to my dismay, last night that we're in for another blizzard. I thought it was only going to be like, during the week they were saying like, oh, it's just going to be like an inch. It'll be wet snow. It'll be fine. And then it's like last night they're like, yeah, it's going to be 8.5 to 12 inches. And then the National Weather Service put out a bulletin this morning where it's like, it's going to be like 10 to 16 inches. Like, jeez Louise. Everything literally just melted from the last blizzard. So I had to run around and get some provisions and whatnot. But you know, that's where we're at. Hey, Kefler, welcome. What happened to yesterday's stream? I just I was indecisive as to what I wanted to stream. And I just kind of was like, you know what? And I was tired from the day too, and I was like, you know what? Let me just relax tonight instead of streaming, and just like chill and go to bed early and all that stuff. And I did all those things, and I did a little bit of grinding in Octopath Traveler 0 a little bit, did a little bit more today. So yeah, I just was like, every once in a while I'm just like, you know what, I need a break. So that's all it was. Nothing too crazy or eventful on that regard. So that's where we're at. Yeah, let's pop in to Mars Horizon here and see what I can do here. Streaming daily is quite a schedule. Yeah, I mean, I used to always have a day off streaming. Like I used to, I think, was it Sundays? I think it was Sundays. Did I turn the sound off in here? Let me see. I did. Okay. Yeah. So we'll let this music go here. Yeah, I think it was Sundays I used to just take off and just do, just stream 6 days a week. And then when I introduced like the coding streams, which I haven't done in a little while, I brought it back to 7 days, because then, I wanted to have a day where I wouldn't have Sunday be like a gaming day and not a coding day, because, give me a break before coding for real on Monday morning. But yeah, I just kind of went back to just 7 days and just kind of doing my thing. It's just that it makes sense to do every day now, because there's just so many games on my list that I just want to just try to get to at some point. And really, the big reason I wanted to do Mars Horizon tonight was we're getting close to the end. I don't know if we're going to finish it, but I'd like to maybe check this off the list as finished, because we got a bunch of games that are like, significantly along that I want to finish at some point. And knowing that I've got a long way to go yet with Octopath, I kind of don't want to bring another RPG into the mix until I get that done. Although I'm hankering for doing some here. I got like the PS2 emulator going and stuff. So there's a couple things on there. I was actually testing on Friday night. I tested out the Dark Cloud on the PS emulator, PC SX2 emulator, and I was trying to get that looking right because it was looking good. Like I had the scan line fix and all that stuff in, but the numbers in the UI were all blurry, and I'm like, something's like I couldn't kind of read them. And then I figured it out that it was rendering at native resolution and then upscaling, so everything looked kind of weird. So then I told it to render at 4 times the native resolution, which would be 1080 or 1440p, and then all of a sudden everything got like super crystal clear. I was like, ooh, this is looking nice. This is looking better than it's probably ever looked. So I'm kind of have a hankering to get to start a play through of Dark Cloud, because it looks to me like it could be a pretty interesting game. I mean, it's a PS2 game, and it's kind of weird. It's kind of out there a little bit, but at the same time, it looks like I might be. It looks like something I could probably finish maybe. So we'll see. Yeah, I never owned a PS2 either, so I don't have any nostalgia for them either. But I've heard over the years of a bunch of RPGs that that were released on the PS2 and have never seen the light of day since. And so I'm kind of like, they were released there, but they never made it to PC or anything like that. So I've been kind of just going through that a bit. I also dredged up there's an action RPG that I had briefly looked at one point in time, because I remember playing like first hour of it or so, and I never went back to it because I had too many things on my list. So I might want to jump into that too, because I was also thinking like the Diablo 2 R stuff, where they just update it with a new class and everything. Like maybe now's the time for me to do like my Diablo 2 run, which I've never played before. I've also haven't played Diablo 4. Like I finished Diablo 3 on stream. That's the only Diablo I've ever played and finished. So I'm like, do I do Diablo 4? Do I do Diablo 2? Do I do the first Diablo? So I got a bunch of those on there. Plus, I still have to finish my run of Torchlight, the first Torchlight game. Like I've streamed all of Torchlight 2, but Torchlight 1 I only have, I'm like halfway through the game, and I have to get that reinstalled with all the mods. The only thing that was holding me up on that is I have to find the mods again, because a lot of the mods I was using for some reason have disappeared. Like the site that was hosting them is just like gone. So I'm having to dredge up some of those. But yeah, that's another thing too. I want to finish that on stream as well. Transmission received. Scientists working on your mission, the Grand Tour, have initiated a transmission from the payload, receiving an immense amount of additional data accumulated over the course of the mission. This will keep us going for years. Science gain has been further increased due to the fact that your agency completed the milestone mission first. Gain 8,000 science. Wow. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. All right. Okay. So infrared observatory. Support mission training increased by 100%, huh? All right, we'll do support training then. since it's already increased. I mean, we're going to just launch this right now in April anyway, I think. Unless I do it now, but that's 50%. Do this in April. Just get it done and out there. We do have another mission slot available, don't we? Yeah, let's let it build up some support. The max bonus is 50%, right? So, alright. We'll let build up some support for August because I have a mission slot here. There's a giant backlog of JRPGs on the PS3 that I want to get around to playing, but luckily for me, most of all these, if not all these, have come around on the PC. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the nice thing, is like, I would prefer to play them just straight on, like, not like because I want to buy them, and, you know, have a legitimate copy of them. But it is just nicer to play some things on PC, you know, mouse and keyboard instead of maybe the controller and all that. But yeah, no, I there's a lot of, yeah, there's a bunch of, my backlog is mostly filled with RPGs, and it's hard sometimes because I do like variety, and so always playing RPGs kind of gets old for me for a little bit. You know, I mean, there's different types, obviously, action RPG versus regular. I do like RPG mechanics, but I also like different, like if you know, if there's a tactical RPG, then, you know, I'd want like a regular, more traditional RPG at the same time, and all that stuff. So it's a little bit, it gets to be a little bit much after a while. Sometimes you just want something else too. So we'll see on that. Because there are some space games too that I want. I've been meaning to. There's a couple space games that I've been very intimidated by, that I want to actually see if I can try and master. Not, maybe master's probably a strong word. That I want to at least play and see if I can figure them out. Star Sector is one of them. I'm very intimidated by that because there's a lot you can do there, and a lot of it's, you know, I've tinkered with it a little bit, and I've always kind of struggled a little bit at the very beginning. And then the other one is, I think it's Star Frontiers. I think it's Star Frontier, I think is the name of it, if I'm remembering correctly. And that's another one where it's like there's a lot of mechanics to the game, and it's just like, you know, it kind of boggles my mind a little bit. Yeah, you kind of get a little boggled by things. You're like, oh, okay, I just need to be in the mood to sit down and learn it. All right, so it's 800, 1,400. Let's get this one, because I think, what's our science look like? Yeah, we'll have that by November of 2001. Which isn't too bad. Our science does drop off quite a bit. That's not terrible. Turn-based tactical 4X games. 100 flights. Yeah, there's a couple 4X games that I want to do. Like, I know that Sins of a Solar Empire, there's a bunch of Star Trek mods for that, like total conversions for that. I think there's like I think it's called Star Trek Armada 4 or whatever, or 3, is one of the total conversion mods for that, which I've wanted to play. There's also a very old Star Wars game. I think it's Star Wars Shadows of the Empire or something like that. Something to that effect. That was like a 4X game from way back in the day. That I saw someone playing, and it looked really, really cool and interesting, but also looked really complicated. Be interested in seeing the Star Wars game? Yeah, I might take a look at the Star Wars game. I forget. I think it's like Shadows of the Empire or something like that, or some kind of. I'll have to look it up again because I forget the actual name of it. But yeah, there was one of those. And then there's, of all things, there's an XCOM game. I think it's UFO Interceptor. That was not a strategy game, but rather a like space flight sim kind of thing, which I'm interested to try out. I've heard it's not that great, but you know, I'm willing to give something a shot. Also, before I forget, there was a game that has almost no it was like I think like a German game or something. Has almost no YouTube videos about it. I think there's like one YouTube video about this space flight game. And it was for like old Windows PCs, like Windows 98 or something like that. It's got, I was trying to get it to work. I found a copy of it. I bought it on like eBay or something. And I was trying to get it to work on my old computer in Windows, but it uses an old Intel video codec for its in-game videos, and that was causing all kinds of problems. It was like I could get to certain points of the game and it would just kind of crash out and stuff like that. And I'm wondering, now that I've switched over to Linux, I'm wondering if I can get that to work better. I might have to like look at the DXVK team stuff, like, because it's probably got an old version of DirectX on it. But probably be covered by DivX. You would think, but it has it like hard-coded DLL that it was looking for. And I looked on the internet to see if I could find it somewhere, and I did find some version of it, but it wasn't a version that it understood, which was really annoying. So you know, stuff like that. So I'm wondering if, like, I want to try that again and try to see if I can get that to work again, this time on Linux, and see if I have a little bit more luck with it or not. Because I have a feeling it uses a very old DirectX version, which would mean that Proton's probably not going to run it. But there is a project that's running on, I think it's like DXVK or something like that. I forget the name of the project. That is trying to get like older DirectX games to work, like DirectX 6 and older. And they've had some success with it. So I'd want to like see if I can get that working. And I forget the name of this game too, because like I said, there was like one video of it out there on YouTube, and it's like a 30-minute video where it just shows like 30 minutes of the game, and that's it. And I'm like, how have I never heard of this game? Number one, because I'm a big space flight nerd, right? And number two, it actually looked kind of interesting and cool. So I was like, maybe I can get this to work and actually put videos up on it. DXVK, isn't it? Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. So I thought it was something like that. Wine probably doesn't have a lot of codecs. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to run into probably the same issues that I ran into on Windows, where nobody and their grandmother knows this Intel codec, and I forget the name of the codec. It was like, it's not Indio, but it was like something like the Indio codec kind of thing. And it was just a weird, like, one-off video codec that it uses for decoding and encoding videos. And, you know, support for it was long removed from Windows. I think it was removed from Windows because it had some kind of security flaw, like a remote code execution flaw in it or something like that. And it was never Intel just discontinued use of it, or arbitrary arbitrary code execution flaw, I think it had in it. And so Intel just ditched it, and Microsoft's like, well, okay, we'll get rid of it too, and then it just up and disappeared. Even from the internet. I mean, it's out there, but trying to find the version that actually works with the game was another thing. All right, Mars exploration is ready for next mission phase. All right, what we got here? 77%. Go for it. All right. 6%. Deployed. Telescope deployed. And we got the 50% bonus. Nice. We got parallel construction as well out of it. China has reached 25% Mars readiness. We're at 58%. Yeah, we're at 58%. The ESA is at 42%. They're our closest one. And we have a bunch of research that we still need to do there. Mars exploration prep. What is this? 9% chance of failure. Let's see what happens. There we go. Got our little rover buddy on the surface. Perseverance, along with his little helicopter. Nice. Laws of aviation. Fly a helicopter on Mars. There we go. Very cool. That was phase 3 of Mars prep. We do have 2 open slots here. I don't know. We could launch something to Mercury here. It's lucrative. Actually, you know what? We might as well do it because it's lucrative. So we could use some moolah. And then crewed rover. We might as well do it. Might as well do it. Or robotic rover. Maybe we do robotic rover first before we send the crewed rover up there. We don't have the money. We don't have the money to build it anyway. So there's that. Russian biological experiments. Ooh, that gives you good rewards, doesn't it? I can't unplan this either. already. Yeah, we could use that money. Oh wait, well, it is what it is. But Jupiter Orbiter is, well, Jupiter Orbiter is 2 months away, so we'll be able to then get that slot back. Which will be nice. Saturn flyby is all done. We have experimental fuel. See, I would love to have that science, but man, 77 months is just way too long for that science to make any difference at this point. Like I'm almost done the tree, you know, as it is. So Perseverance landing. Celebrate your Perseverance rover's successful landing on the surface of Mars has received global coverage. Interest was greatly heightened by a successful PR campaign in which over 10 million people submitted their names to be taken to the Red Planet, etched onto 3 silicon chips mounted on the rover. Those 10 million names now have a place in Martian history. Astronaut Mason Gatti commented in an interview, "I submitted my name on the first day. 400 support." We got. Someone's got a project that allows you to install Windows 98 on basically any modern hardware. Yeah. Yeah, there's also, I think on the Linux side, there's also like Windows, there's some kind of Windows virtualization project. I forget the actual name of it, where you can just run basically a Windows virtual machine. Let's see here. So I don't have the money for that yet. But Jupiter Orbiter is up next here. So let's see what we got. Engine and HAB module research complete. Alright, let's see. Active missions. So Jupiter Orbiter. 6%. Let's go for it. Alright. That is done. And we got first on that. Excellent. And the bonus too. Sweet. I'll take it. There we go. All right, that also allows us now, hopefully, to launch this other Mars thing. It'll give us a bunch of moolah. Let's do that. It's 911K. All right. Yeah, that's not too bad. Go for that. Cool. It's a lot of science per month. Yeah, it is. It very much is. What are we up to? 908. It's going to jump back up to about 908 again. Let's go. Active missions, robotic rover. I don't have the money for that yet. Research. Crewed lander. We'll get that research going right now. 908 is complete next month here. Mars lander commemorated. Your PR department has marked the 25th anniversary of placing a lander on Mars by releasing a series of limited edition posters which have sparked renewed interest in future Mars missions. 25th anniversary of placing a lander on Mars. I don't... 25th? I guess. 25th in this... I guess, yeah, no, that first milestone mission we did, as far as this game is concerned, was 25 years ago. Oh. Okay. Okay. 5 months build time. Yep, that's fine. Go for that. Cool. Now we just need to wait for money for this. How's the International Space Station doing? We got 150 months left on it. We're still getting 150 science and 50 attaboys per month. Alright, let's go. We'll go month by month until I get the money that we need. Funding review is coming up. Mars mission continues to astound. A striking image captured by your Ingenuity helicopter has featured widely across online media. Taken during a historic 90-second flight in the Martian atmosphere, the photo shows the Perseverance rover as a lonely dark speck amid an endless red expanse. Meanwhile, a sample retrieval lander launched as part of the same mission is due to land on Mars in a few months' time. The lander will use a compact fetch rover to collect samples previously drilled and cached by the Perseverance rover before launching them towards Earth. 300 support. Budget review. Hey, we made it into tier 19. We've got 893k per month now. Sweet. We're getting paid. Getting paid. At some point here, we'll have enough for this thing. Was it 43, 47? Alright, payload complete. Ground hab vehicle complete. Yeah, all these are going to cost some money to do though, right? That one confirm. That's 1291. So what does this one do? This one's for the rover and then the ground hab. Oh, we already paid for the ground hab. Okay, cool. So I just need to... I guess we'll just boost the science reward on that one. And yeah, we'll go in May. So we'll be first regardless. Cool. Cool. How would that even work? The payload would need to be able to slow down on its own if it gets launched towards Earth. My guess is they're going to do like a my guess is it's on a rocket, like a mini rocket of its own. And then they're gonna, or they might do like a like an Apollo thing where it's, they kind of get it into an orbit where it can then use the atmosphere to slow down. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, this Martian biological experiments is the one that gives me money, right? Yeah, I better send this off. Because I need the money. Mercurial history vehicle complete. Alright. So, I'll just do payload reliability, I guess. And launch this as soon as we can. We're launching rockets like a mofo right now. Okay. Launch preparations. 54% launch reliability. More like 0% launch reliability. Yep. Well, guess we're having a do-over there. Little mulligan. Oops, I forgot to click launch mission. So launch that. Hey, it's a lot clearer at night. How about them apples? Cool. Booster is level 2. Upper stage is level 2 now. 5% chance of failure. There we go. Very good. And then we got this one. 9% chance of failure on this. Alright. Mars Ascent. Phase 4 complete. Very cool. Mars Prep, Mars Exploration. And we still need money for that one. Alright. It's an all-out blitz. We're blitzing Mars right now. Magnetic Moon. Your Jupiter Orbiter mission has discovered that the moon Ganymede has a powerful magnetic field. The only such satellite known to possess one. 500 science. Sweet. I will take your 500 science. It will help towards the crewed lander. Which is taking some time here. Astronaut Ali Ramirez has retired and will no longer be available for missions. Alright. July of 2002 we're up to now. I remember it well. Side was 3 or 4 months into my first real job. Well, into my first programming job. Which means I was probably still doing freaking Visual Basic. Ugh. God, I'm glad those days are over. Oh. 2% chance of a failure, and we got... Come on, game. Come on. Oh, man. Not me. I wish those days would come back. You know, it was a simpler time in many ways. Astronaut punches conspiracy theorist. One of your retired astronauts, Jonathan Fuji, has punched a member of the public who accused him of faking the moon landing. He was famously part of the crew who achieved the historic landing. You know what's funny about this? This all happened. This all happened in real life. Support the astronaut. Your agency has stated that whilst never advocating violence, Jonathan Fuji's actions were understandable. He is a hero, one of the hundreds involved in monumental human achievement. They should be admired, not disparaged. The media at large have aligned with your standpoint, with one prominent newspaper congratulating the former astronaut on another perfect landing. Nice. Another perfect landing. All right. Okay. I got a secured launch there. 1% chance of failure. See how that goes. Okay. Oh, we got the 50% bonus. Cool, we got some money now. We got some money. We needs that money. Build this payload. There we go. We're gonna need more of that money to build the rocket. I don't have any. All my mission slots are filled. Okay. Good stuff. Next month. Sombrero Galaxy wows public. A collection of incredible images captured by your space telescope have appeared in an exhibition touring around the world. A side-on view of the Sombrero Galaxy proved a particular hit on social media. 200 support. Mars crewed lander research complete. Next mission phase is ready too. Issue with modern programming jobs is when employers ask you if you know how to use a specific framework. You know how to drive a Volvo? I see you drive a Kia. Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, the funny thing, I think, honestly, as someone who's sat on the other side of the table interviewing people, sometimes we'll ask questions like that, not because we think it matters, but because we want to see if you're going to lie to us. Right? Like, we all know that we're all, framework X or Y or Z, unless it's extremely popular, you probably haven't worked with it. But you're probably going to pick it up pretty quickly, right? But a lot of times we'll ask that question just to see if you'll lie. And if you lie, that's when I start to have a problem with people, right? Because I can suffer a lot of things. I cannot suffer liars. And if someone lies to me about, like, oh yeah, I'm a complete expert at, X, Y, and Z, and then I, hire them, and then, it turns out that they don't know a damn thing about it, that does not bode well. Let's just say. I mean, I won't sabotage them, certainly. But at some point, in their evaluation period, my boss is going to come to me and say, what do you think of them? And I'm going to say, I think they're a fucking liar. And I'm going to say it just like that. And my boss knows if I ever curse, I mean it. I mean business. Because I usually try to keep it to a minimum. The hell? Oh wow, there's no launch dates until January of 2003? What? Jesus, okay. Sure. Confirm mission. 1 year and 4 months. It's gonna take a oh, I guess we gotta wait for Mars to get into a proper orbit, I guess. So it's approved, but it's approved for a year and 4 months from now. Crazy. So I guess I can't. Well, is that the one that was going to do the money? Gonna bring the money in? 16 months till March. Yeah, so this money's not going to come in anytime soon. Yeah, someone I knew once tried to apply to the same place I worked at. The VP came to me and asked if they were any good. So I have to say they didn't get the job yet. No, I mean I've told the story a couple times of the guy that tried to pull a fast one on us when I was interviewing, who was tried to play a switcheroo. He had somebody else do his phone interview, and then he showed up for the in-person interview, and like we couldn't even like there's being nervous, and then there's just being incomprehensible. Like this guy, we tried throwing him the softest of softballs, and he couldn't even answer those. And it's like, well, you might actually be good at something, but you can't demonstrate anything for us. So, sorry, you know? Like, it's one thing to be nervous, and everybody is a little bit nervous, and we try to accommodate that. It's another thing to be like, you know, unable to even articulate the most basic of concepts, you know? It's like, well, and it was a fairly entry-level job, too. You know, we weren't asking for a ridiculous amount of experience or anything. I think it was only like, we only went like 1 to 2 years of experience, right? And of course, you know, when the technical manager told me, he's like, that's not the guy I interviewed on the phone. I was like, well, I'm definitely saying no to him now. like that's, there's some things I will not, there's some foolishness I will not suffer. And that's one of them. $10,000 for that. Okay. Get the research started at least. So the earliest is June of 2003. The latest being August 2003. Okay. Do I have any? I don't have anything here. I live in Canada, so we have a 90-day grace period to let people go without reason. Yeah, we have. So generally, I like to give people a chance, even if I don't think they can do it. Yeah. We have. I mean, we're. Pennsylvania is an at-will state, right? So you can be fired for any or no reason whatsoever. So what generally happens is, or you know, simultaneously you can leave with no reason. So what happens usually is we'll bring people on, but they will have like a 6-month sort of, like a 3-month evaluation and then maybe a 6-month evaluation. And that's just to kind of make sure that, you know, they're a fit for the team and all that stuff. The 3-month is usually, are they a good fit personality wise? And the 6-month is usually, are they a good fit technical wise? Because after 6 months, you should be able to pick something up. You're still going to have a lot of learning to do, but you should at least be able to be copacetic at a few things. So that's usually a good litmus test. But you know, it also depends on the it depends on the company, because there's definitely been companies that I've worked for that had both, you know, the 3 and 6 month evaluations, and even if you said that you didn't think that they were a good fit, the company would just still retain them because they were more interested in numbers than in quality, you know. Especially, you know, the e-commerce company I worked for was notorious for, like, people didn't want to work there because they had such a bad reputation. And they had a hell of a time, like, hiring people because they had such a bad reputation. So even someone who failed their check ride, so to speak, would continue to be employed because they just couldn't find anybody else in any kind of capacity to replace them, because they were just it was a meat grinder and it was well known among the community of technology people that it was a meat grinder. And that's the thing. Like, your reputation gets out there. People talk, right? And and it very much was like there were so many people that lasted less than a year. They would start, they would get maybe just under a year in, and they would leave. And there's only a few of us that were there for multiple years. And yeah, it was a thing. Mars rover PR campaign proposed. Your PR office has suggested setting up a dedicated website and a series of videos documenting the construction and progress of your Mars rover Curiosity, which will hopefully culminate in its successful landing on the Red Planet. They believe that the coverage could greatly increase public awareness of the mission. Yeah, sure. 200K. Go for it. All right. Mercurial history. 1% chance of failure. Alrighty then. We achieved it. And we got another... Oh, we got a bonus too. Sweet. All the monies. We have all the monies now. For a little while at least. Although that frees up a spot, right? So let's see if we can find some more money here. Another lucrative one. Diplomatic mission. That's the only request. We're already launching that. I mean, we've got send lander. That's lander. But do I do that or do I wait? Because what's the other ones we got going on here? It's 10 months. Well, everything else is way out here, right? As far as requests go. Alright. And on Earth we have some requests, but Hmm. 3240 over 120 months. 1212 over 6 months. I mean, that would be useful. With oceans. Or do I go for the one that... Do I go for the other milestone? I guess I... You know what? I should probably just shoot for the other milestone. I mean, we got two of them that we can shoot for. Engine and habitat. Into Earth... Oh, this goes into Earth orbit. Oh. Oh yeah, let's do this one. Because that's only 1 month. Because it's a transfer orbit thing. Okay. Yeah, let's get that done. Because that's a way station. A jumping off point. Generally, I'd say if you see me leave a job, it's best the rest of you do the same. It's funny too because I've been accused of knowing more than I know. Jokingly, because when I left the e-commerce company, which I left entirely for selfish reasons, I was like, I am so burned out and I hate everything I'm doing and I need to get out of here. And it was a good move. But like a month after I left, they got bought out by eBay. And all my colleagues were like, "How did you know? Did you know this was going to happen? That's why you left?" It's like nope, not a damn lick of it. And it turned out like the project that I had been working on, the project that really just broke me, which was getting PayPal integrated onto our shopping experience. That was being pushed so hard because eBay was looking to purchase the company, and eBay owned PayPal, and they could sweeten their, like the executives could sweeten their golden parachutes by getting that integration out there real fast. So in the process, they freaking broke me and quite possibly a bunch of other people in the process. But that was a thing. Okay, we got two next phases coming up here. Ooh, Mirror's Edge music. I like it. Let's get that going. 5%. There we go. Ground hab. We got the ground hab done. First as well. Mars ground habitat. And then 9% chance of failure on this one. Let's see what it does. Uh-oh. That failed. Well, that's not good. I guess we're gonna redo that. Oh look, my finger slipped, and we save scummed. Let's do that other one first. The one that's got 9%. Yeah, let's try that one first. There we go. So here's the sample returning. Nice. Did it in first. Alright. Now go to missions. Auto resolve this one. Oh, you're kidding me. Now that one failed. God damn it, game. Come on, a 9% and a 5%. Come on. Game's just trolling me now. It's just trolling me. All right. There we go. Oh, this time around we got a 50% bonus. All right. Let's try this again. There it is. All right. Got it that time. Sweet. Oh, and another 50% bonus. Wow. I really cheated there. Man, my cheating is really paying off here. All right. That's awesome. Which gives us 2 mission slots back. Which is, let's see what we got here. Heat shield analysis gives us some money, so that might be worth just doing that just for the money. It's not a lot of money, but it's something. And then send lander. I got all these missions. Crewed rover. Didn't I just plan this? Oh no, I guess I didn't. I planned this one, right? Yeah. Alright, send lander, plan that one. Send all the landers here. Thought I had already done that, but I guess not. Oh, none of these designs will work, huh? Alright, design new. Upper stage, centaur, booster. Need that much? Holy crap, these boosters. 426. 11 months. 11, 12. This is 11 months. Do that. That's just enough to do it. Okay. Select that. 4 points for upgrades. Let's parallel construction. Ooh, 8 months. Supplementary boosters have no build time. Yes. Yes. Contractor. Get it cheaper. Even cheaper. Yeah, there we go. Confirm. And I still don't have the money for it. I made it cheaper and faster, and it's still too expensive. Ain't that the truth? Mars sample mission praise. Your recent Mars Prep Mars exploration mission has been featured in several magazines, which have praised your agency for pulling off such a complex and technically demanding mission. Your PR team have reported that the successes has a positive effect on public opinion, with surging confidence in the agency's ability to get humans safely to Mars and back again. 400 support. Bosses everywhere shutting down good ideas. Yeah. All right. Ooh, I could send a really cheap rocket. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. All the cheapness. Go, go, go. All right, next event. Crewed Mars landing research complete. All right, so the only thing left is the Orion payload, which is 12,000. What will that take? That will take until November of this year. Oh, okay. November 2003. All right, all right. Fine by me. Design vehicle. Let's make sure I get this other one off too, but let's design a vehicle for this. Okay. So we gotta design a new one. So upper stage. Ooh, this is a heavy bastard. So that's a 1 month build time? Wow. Okay. So I guess go with the higher launch reliability? No, this one's cheaper. I have to go with a cheaper one. Booster. Okay. $5,000, $4,000. 5,000, 4,000. Just slightly less launch reliability. Okay. Oh, Maya's 100% upper stage build time. Oh, okay. Alright, I'll take that. 2 points of upgrades. Onboard cameras. We'll save that design as Anubis. And confirm. And we still need money for that. Need money for both of those. Let's get this one going. Whoops. Try that again. Crew. We need one crew. We'll put you on board. And training. Payload reliability. Launch in December. Go for it. Excellent. Alright. And how much do I need for this? 4224. Orion research complete. Send lander, payload complete. Anubis, we can use that for this one too. 15 months build time. Let's try for cheaper here. Actually, I should probably overwrite that. The cheaper one. Okay, there we go. Alright, so we got them. We gotta wait for now. I got that research done. I guess buildings now would be the next thing to do. Operational efficiency. Tree completion rewards. Operational efficiency. Minus 25% building upkeep. Okay. Let's get, see, I don't have any money for these things, though. Vehicle mastery. 10% launch reliability. Launch system, 5% launch reliability. Because I have all the boosters I really need. So, like, I can research these buildings, but not really going to do much for me right now. 5% payload reliability, plus 10% Mars experience reward from successful missions. I guess we'll do that. That's our readiness. Prep is low. We got the required research here, then we need engine and habitat, send lander. Engine, habitat, send lander. Do I not have those? Am I missing that somewhere along here? Oh, it's the actual mission. It's the actual mission. Okay. Okay. Got it. Got it. Go. Heat shield analysis mission going. %1 chance of failure. There we go. And we got some money for it. That's excellent. Alright. Kind of what we need right now is just money requests. I mean, the science is nice, but the money is nicer. Laboratory module. Private space station. A private company wishes to launch a space station to commercial research, scientific and technical problems which require microgravity to study. Science over 25 months. Laboratory module is over 20 months. Centrifuge is over 20 months. There's oceans. Mission escape system. Mars. 3% Mars experience, but I think we're pretty much maxed out on that. This challenge, we still got a ways to go. Still got time on that. 4560 is better science, so we'll just do that. Oh crap! I meant to save my money to get the other things going. Damn it! Damn it, man! I need to get the Mars things going. Damn it! All right, budget review. We're almost tier 20. We're about halfway to tier 20. A little under halfway. We're finally getting the biological experiments one going, which I think was just a lucrative one for money. Go. Yeah, so we're getting some money coming in from that. That's good. It's trickling in. So let's get this guy going. Launch prep. 68% launch reliability. Science reward. Let's boost the science reward. All the way to August? Or go earlier than that? Why does it say 50% there? Oh, mission training bonus by 100%. Oh, I see. Alright, well then, if that's the case, we'll go in June then. Okay. China engineers improve ISS module. A team of expert engineers from China, as part of the ongoing collaboration between agencies on the construction of your modular space station, have shared several technological innovations that could be used in assembly of ISS module. Payload reliability of ISS module in your centrifuge module mission has been increased by 15%. Okay. Cool. China failed Jupiter orbiter. All right. Cool. 50% bonus. I'll take it. More money. Which means we can get this guy off the ground, or at least get him started building. We're up to June 2004. %57 launch reliability. Cool. Secure launch. Our stages get a little bit better. 6% chance. All right, there we go. Excellent. Cool, and then Unity is complete. One more month. Okay, reuse design. Albatross. Confirm. Oh, we don't have the money for that. Don't have the money for that yet. Rival agency offers payload upgrade. Russia has offered your agency an advanced piece of software that will grant 10% improvement the payload reliability of Mars crewed lander in your Mars requirement send lander mission, which is currently 71%. However, they will need access to some of your technology to suitably adapt programming. No thanks. Need it. It's not needed. Going. Martian dust storm captured. A major dust storm on Mars has been captured by cameras attached to your ground habitat. Your PR team have made the most of the dramatic images and used the habitat as an example of a protective infrastructure the agency is putting into place ahead of crewed mission to Mars. Gain 400 support. All right. %. This is a perfect music for this too. Go. Mars landing complete. More moolah. Which is good because we almost have the docking training facility done here. Which is going to cost an arm and a leg probably. Released April 2005. Alright, next phase of that is done. What do we get as far as requests go? I mean, those requests are still valid, or still active, I mean. Under radiation. Unified engine design. Minus 75% build cost for supplementary boosters. 7,008 science over 100 months. It's almost not worth doing any of these because they're just so far out now. Did I ever finish the... I never actually did the Uranus flyby because I haven't researched it yet. I don't know. I mean, sure, it's a thing. Pluto, apparently ESA has researched. It's like 7242 science over 162 months, and it takes 157 months just to get there. So it's like, it's almost not even really worth it when the end game for this game is Mars. Should I do, let's see. Centrifuge module. Should I do another Mars thing here? Like the crewed rover? Probably. And just like, just plan it. Just used up all the money we just brought in, but you know what? Worth it. That's the whole goal. Russia completed Uranus flyby in seconds. Alright. Still far from our tier 20 in funding here, but Martian panorama. Panoramic black and white image of the Martian surface taken by your lander Viking has been widely reproduced across the media. The photograph shows a dramatic, boulder-strewn landscape stretching to the horizon. Gain 300 support. Okay. Alright, robotic rover. Next phase is ready. 6%. There we go. Land an exploratory mover on Mars. There we go. Done and done. 2,501 attaboys, which gets us to, so tier 20 is at 135,000. So yeah, we're still got a ways to go there on that. Millions follow Mars rover landing. Millions online followed the intense anticipation as your Mars rover Curiosity, after 9 months of travel, attempted the formidable task of landing on the Red Planet. Public awareness of the mission has been vastly increased by a series of videos created by your PR office documenting the rover's progress up to this point. An online stream showed the mission control staff holding their breath for several minutes of terror during the descent, before finally cheers erupted as Curiosity returned its first image of the surface and one of its wheels, confirming its safe landing. Gained 500 support. Training facility complete. So this is 2005. So are we in the era of YouTube yet? Let me think. I think 2005 was Google video, right? I think that was still the era of Google video, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe YouTube. Not sure. Okay, what are we doing here? Training. YouTube started 2005. Okay, so we're right on the cusp of it. So, very first YouTube stream. Base support rewards. Let's do that. Launch date, go for it, confirm. Alright, so buildings. Guess we'll get the, what was the cost for this? 10,000. $10 million. But we need both of these, I think. Deep Space Network, all that stuff, so I'm going to do that. So that we have it. I don't have the money for it. I also have the centrifuge train I haven't put down ever, which would have tier 3 astronaut talents. Okay. Cool. Alright, next month. Cool, 36%. Booster and upper stage get a little bit better. 7% chance of failure. Succeeded. Cool, with the 50% bonus. Right. Send lander. Okay, what's this other one? Russia is launching modular space station 2 in 20 months. Go for it, I guess, at this point. You say complete Uranus flyby in 3rd. Minus 100% upgrades costs. Minus 5% launch reliability. Okay. Take this Anubis one that's cheaper. Confirm. Do that. Means we still need an infusion of cash here. Life support tests. Yeah, I don't have any. Do I? I do. Let's do the life support test because it gives us some money. Not a lot, but something. Centrifuge module. Need crew. And training. Oh, the launch reliability sucks. Let's train that up. Okay. Curiosity target choice. The team operating your Mars rover Curiosity have identified 2 potential locations ideal for further investigation. The first is a crater bed that will allow the rover to search for signs of past water, a location particularly favored by your scientists. The PR team, however, favored a second option, a picturesque point at the top of a ridge, which will allow some spectacular images. Yeah, let the scientists have their thing here. So, takes around 6 months. Okay. Select a vehicle. The good old cheapy Bismarck. Go there, and then this guy completes in this guy here. Auto resolve. 7%. Cool. Success. Alright, engine habitat. Complete. E276. I'm going to increase the support reward for this one. It's only going to get a 10% boost, but that's fine. We'll do that. Do I have any slots open? What's the, out of curiosity? Lunar radiation. Okay. Atmospheric sensors. Okay. Next month. It is raining. But still good. 6%. Cool. Mars required environment, engine, and habitats. First. Alright. That is good stuff. That immediately gives us a mission slot back, right? Habitat module gives me 5,360 science over 20 months. That's pretty good. Let's do that. It's not cheap. That's fine. I think that's our big problem right now is just money. I also have those buildings to build too. NASA winning race to Mars. Several news websites have reported on your agency successfully completed the Mars Requirement Engine and Habitat mission. The presiding opinion on social media appears to be that NASA are now ahead in the race to the red planet. However, Russia have publicly questioned the latter opinion. The mission is only one rung in a very high ladder, one that we will climb long before NASA. Refute claim. Refute claim? Avoid dispute. Refute claim. Lost 25 reputation with Russia. I don't care. Your agency has publicly refuted Russia's comments. The mission has proved our capability and commitment to getting to Mars. First humans to step foot in the planet will be NASA astronauts, not Russia's. It's been a surge of support for your agency on social media after the response. Willow Smith has retired. All right. December 2005. Man. December 2005. Oh. I was turning 25. Man. Man, what would it be like to be 25 again? 25 with all the knowledge I have now would have been interesting. Percent chance. There we go. Victory assured. Complete a mission with a payload that has 99% payload reliability. That's funny. Mission escape system. I'd be 1 year into my first web job, I think. Yeah, I was a webmaster from 1998 till 2003. And then I got my first job as a programmer in 2003. So by 2005 I was, let's see, how long was I at that job? I was at that job for 5 years, right? So that's 2008 I left there. So by 2005 I was no longer junior developer. I think at that point I was senior developer. Which they had it, the way they had it was you were junior and then senior, and then they changed a bunch of the things around later on, where they, like, I think they flipped over to calling us engineers or something like that. And they had more tiers, but yeah, I was senior developer at that point, and I think, let's say 2006 or 2007, I became Java architect. But at this point, in 2006, I think we had just split the company up to the developers up half and half, where half were doing .NET, Visual Basic .NET, if I remember correctly, and then the other half that I was on we were doing Java. That was an interesting way of doing it, and it actually worked out really well for them, because it gave us a wide variety of hardware that we could run on. Because at that time we were not like that company. As long as I was there, we didn't host our own stuff. We weren't a SaaS company. We were an on-premise solution thing. So supporting all kinds of hardware was important, because we were running on basically the client's hardware. That was interesting. That was interesting, different. I wonder what, it might have been too early for SaaS at that point. I mean, 2008, we were probably getting into the SaaS world at that point. But it would have been interesting if they had pivoted to SaaS. What it would have looked like from that perspective. Because I didn't really get to, it would have been around, but I didn't really get to software as a service until, I mean, I guess technically e-commerce was software as a service because we were like a white label company, but we were white label as far as the business was concerned, like business to business, but we were taking in regular, plain old, ordinary users. So that's not technically SaaS, I guess, at that point. So I didn't really get into the SaaS stuff until, let's see, that was like 3 more years, probably around 2011, somewhere around there. You were the only developer, so it didn't matter. This job was full service advertising agency, so I was the only dev, 2 graphic designers, and 2 general guys to do what the rest of us didn't need to do. Yeah. Yeah. Now, my first job was webmaster. You know, I wasn't really programming per se, although I did do Perl stuff. So I was programming, whether they wanted me to or not. Doing that and trying to get like FileMaker Pro database to work online for people to connect to. That was an interesting combination. That you talk about knowledge that never applies anywhere ever again. FileMaker Pro right there. Highly specific knowledge that will never get you a job anywhere. There's that. Perl, yeah, well, Perl is true. Perl as well, I guess. Although at that time, CGI was still a popular thing, so Perl, I guess, technically could have gotten you somewhere. During your interview, they asked you if you knew Perl, and I said no. Yeah. My first job, fixed our docket system. It uses Perl. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I did go on an interview years later, where I came into a company. I was at that point Java developer for many years at that point, and going for an interview, and they said, "Hey, do you know Perl?" And right away my cackles kind of went up. I was like, "Oh boy, what are they doing with Perl here?" But of course I was like, "Yeah, I've worked with it in the past." I mean, like, "Oh, good, because none of us know Perl." It's like, oh boy. Oh boy, you talk about warning signs, red flags you get when you're interviewing with a company. Do you know COBOL? Because we're completely reliant on this system that none of us know how to work with. It's like, I think this interview is done. Have a good search for more people. Oh man. That's another thing too. People are afraid to like end interviews early when they know that they've got when they know that it's something that they're not going to be a good fit for, or they got a bad omen. That's I can understand the jitteriness of that, but at the same time, I had one interviewee that I interviewed for one of the companies I was working at, that we were talking to him, giving him kind of a rundown. Like, he was asking all kinds of good questions, and we were giving him a rundown of what the job entailed and everything. And we're like, okay, cool. Do you want to go? Like, the next phase of the interview was to go talk with our boss. And he's like, you know what? No, I'm good. I think this job's not for me. And we're like, okay. And we said goodbye to him. And then we went to my boss. He's like, oh, is he ready to talk to me? I was like, no, he wanted to finish the interview. He was done. He doesn't want the job. It's like, oh, okay. Alpha Job asked me if I know Pearl. I'm not returning their call. Yeah, it's it's like it's funny the things you learn as you grow in development and stuff. All right. So life support test. We'll take the test pilot. You go, and I think that's it. We just need a Lauren, right? Training. Oof, payload reliability, definitely. See if we can get that up to something respectable. Okay. Confirm that, and then habitat module. We have money for that now. We don't have money for pretty much anything else. It'd be nice if there was a lucrative mission here somewhere. But there is not. Not that we can't program in Perl. It's a simple enough language to pick up on the fly, but it's useless on the resume. Yeah. I mean, that's one of the things I try to search for when I'm interviewing people is like, have they been pigeonholed, right? You see this a lot with like people who come in who've been working in the government for a while. They often come in and they've had one thing to do, and it's technology that isn't really applicable anymore. It's still coding, but it's not useful coding. And so you try to like throw them a bone and be like, well, at least explain to me how what you were doing fit into the larger whole. And so often I just get, they can't explain it. It's just like they've been stuck in this corner for so long. They don't know why they're doing what they're doing, how it helps anything. They just kind of got into a groove and just started collecting a paycheck. And I was like, well, that sucks for you, because that doesn't bode well for your chances here, because, I'm interviewing you for a small company, and in a small company, you got to pull a lot of weight, and you got to know why you're doing what you're doing and how it affects everybody else and all that stuff. And if you're not used to that, then, if you're not demonstrating that in your current company, then it's likely you're not going to demonstrate that in this one. They basically had to upkeep legacy crap. Yeah, and it's not disqualifying to be upkeeping legacy stuff, but if you've taken the time while doing that to really understand that system inside and out and how it relates to everything else and what, why it's still important, why it is irreplaceable, and all that stuff, and you can talk about all that, that's different, right? Because that demonstrates that you're trying to learn, and you're trying to do more things. And then, the other thing with that goes, like, if you're understanding that system and all that stuff, then you're probably, if I ask you questions about the latest technology and stuff, there's a better chance that you're going to be able to answer. You may not have any real experience in it, but you might be able to answer a lot of things about what's going on. And, if I were to ask them, nowadays about like AI or something, they might understand how, MCPs and stuff like that work. They may not have used one, but they might understand it because they've got that drive to understand what they're doing and why they're doing it and to get better, you know? I would 100% feel that question about latest technology. I live under a rock outside of work. Yeah, but I mean, there's levels. I mean, we all struggle to like keep up to date with technology and stuff. But it also, that's only one part of it, you know? It's one part of a larger litmus test of like, you know, can you work independently kind of a thing. Which is ultimately what I'm trying to get at there, right? It's like by asking all those questions, I'm trying to see if we give you a task, like especially at a small company, you kind of have to be a self-starter, right? Where it's like we give you a task, you have to be able to go off on your own, research all of the possibilities and all the different technologies that you could use to help you. Make sure you're selecting things that are licensed appropriately, you know, like they have licenses that we can use. Then make sure you're doing something that fits well with the rest of the software, right? Which is what comes in with the how does your stuff fit in with the rest of the system kind of thing, right? And then be able to present all that as an option, be able to talk about it, be able to bring the rest of us up to speed on things, you know, so that we can help. And, you know, it's a big ask. And someone who's already in that mindset, even if they don't know the technology yet, but they can go learn it and they know what they're looking for and how it fits into everything, is a boon, you know? So, do you know how to use a REST API? Nope. It's not that bad. It's not bad at all. I mean, hell, I just learned the bane of my existence was GraphQL for the longest time. And one of our integration points that we were looking at for this release, which got pushed back because I can't get any information from the vendor, they're pushing GraphQL stuff. And I was like, well, I guess I gotta learn GraphQL, at least enough to be able to work with it. And so I went looking around for like how do I integrate a library that does GraphQL and find one that works with Spring Framework and, you know, does, you know, it's relatively straightforward and can be, you know, easily picked up and all that stuff. And, you know, I did it. I figured a lot of stuff out. I didn't want to. I don't particularly like GraphQL, but it is a thing. And I mean, I use REST services all the time, so that's, you know, I prefer REST services over the GraphQL stuff, but yeah, it is what it is. My job at the agency threw me a couple curveballs. One was a green screen video production. Boss, I'm a developer, not an AV guy. Yeah. Widespread water and Martian soil. Your researchers have reported that during its investigation of a Martian crater bed, the rover Curiosity has detected accessible water in several soil samples. The results suggest that water forms a relatively high percentage, around 2% of the soil, and is widespread across the surface. Gain 1,000 science. All right. What I need is all the monies is what I need right now. I have 2 mission slots available. But I have like, I mean, I could get the science boost on this one. Oh, that one I'm already launching. Yeah. Mercury has something. Mercurial history, 3150. I mean, the science is nice, but at the same time, honestly, the only thing that hurt me right now is money. Crewed Mars landing. I mean, that's like the final mission, right? Let's plan it. Let's plan it. It's expensive. Might as well get it on the docket. 216. Next month. Who will go to Mars? Global media is consumed by the question of which astronauts NASA will send on the crewed mission to Mars. Ada would be my first pick, a prominent online streamer said in a video. They spent plenty of time on the ISS and have the experience and determination to meet the extraordinary demands of the mission. Gain 200 support. Alright, life support tests. Let us launch this. There we go. So I take it back. We might finish the game tonight. 2%. 2%. Oh. Alright, and they're back. And there is some boost of money. Alright. So what do we got here? I suddenly have all these mission slots available. Because there's just... kind of waiting to see if I get like something that will give us money. Because that's kind of what I really need right now. So I guess next month. Face network research complete. Saving for that mission. And I guess the only thing to do now is just clean up the rest of the research here. So let's go do the Uranus flyby research there, which will unlock the Pluto stuff automatically if we really want to do it, which, yeah. Solar array severely damaged. Deployment malfunction has caused serious damage to a solar array on your modular space station. If not repaired, this shortfall in station power will reduce the science output of your centrifuge module by 8 months. Astronaut Pamela Ada has volunteered to perform an EVA to conduct the repairs, though due to the severity of damage, they estimate only a 50% chance of success. Russia have also an alternative. They're willing to adapt a scheduled mission to replace the array entirely, but requested that you share scientific output of your centrifuge module. Yeah, fine. They gain science. At this point, that science isn't going to help them at all. We're so far ahead now. 5796. New request mission available on the moon. No. Nothing there. Okay. Yeah, they're too far behind. Yeah. What's our Mars readiness like? So we're at 90%. And Russia's at 47 and the ESA is at 50. Wow. Chance of mission success, average. Great. Great. You have to hand over all your sides that come for it to even make it a dent, not just from that event. Yeah, right? Alright, so we still need a little bit more money. Curiosity target choice. The team operating your Mars rover Curiosity have identified 2 further locations that could yield valuable results. The first, favored by your scientists, would see a rover drilling at the base of a mountain in search of microbial life. The second is a flat, rugged expanse ideal for panoramic views of the red planet. Go to the mountain. Go to the mountain. Payload complete for the habitat module. Cheapest one we could do, that one. Fine. Don't want to do that one yet. Let's get this crewed Mars landing going. Get that built. Alright, next event. launch prep, and let's get the payload reliability up a little bit. And we'll put that for May, which is fine by me. Go. 1638 we need for that. Uranus flyby research complete. Pluto flyby research complete. Yep. Mark both of those. I guess we'll do Philae landing, which is an asteroid. Or a comet. I think it's a comet. 1509, is that enough? Nope, 1638 we need. Also, let me make sure there's nothing lucrative here. 90 gamma ray telescope, 9600 science, over 120 months. It's a real ball buster. I mean, I could plan the mission. It doesn't really matter. It's 109 months. We're gonna probably finish everything else first. This is 7,242 over 162 months. Yeah, I think we're all going to be just all hands on deck on this one. Just wait and see if I get like a lucrative mission comes in so we can get an infusion of money. Auroras on Jupiter captured. A prominent space website has featured spectacular images of auroras on Jupiter captured by your space telescope. Auroras are created when high energy particles collide with gas atoms in the atmosphere near a magnetic pole. 200 supports. Yeah, I don't have really a whole lot of money. 2 million in the bank, yeah. And I still can't quite get to tier 20 funding, which is a nice boost to 945k per month. So, still kind of sitting on my hands for that. Let's build this. Rover discovery hints at microbial life. Your Mars rover Curiosity has discovered organic carbon while strolling at the site of the base of a mountain. Although still contentious at this point, some scientists are claiming that carbon could be from organisms and that microbes are currently living on Mars via a process called chemolithotropy. Eating rock. Chemolithotropy. Alright. 1500 science. New request mission available on the moon. Okay. Lunar roving. 4428 over 6 months. I don't even really need the science anymore. I never thought I'd say that, but I don't really need the science that much anymore. We're just kind of doing the science for science sake right now. Alright. Mars Prep Crewed Rover. There we go. Cool. They're all maxed out. 5%. Looks like we got maybe a bonus for that one. Yep, we did. Cool. 324 attaboys. I need to get to 135,000. We're at 131. Man, come on. Come on, you damn bloggers. Get me to 135. Alright. Is there anything else? New request mission available on Earth. Infrared Observatory. 8160 over 120 months. Alright. Crewed Mars landing payload complete. Select the vehicle. Guess we're not going to select the vehicle because it's really, really heavy. Design new. Upper stage. Yeah, we have to do SLS Block 2 because it's 120,000 kilograms it could support. Alright, so we're doing that. The booster. Okay. That one works. What about this one? Okay, I don't have the other one researched. Okay, so we'll use that one. That's fine. And then let's get an upgrade here. What do we got? How many points? 2 points for an upgrade. Ability. Support penalty. 1 month vehicle build time. I guess we'll do that one. And let's do it for cheaper. 15 months build time. Alright. And 3,600. We're almost got the money for that. Next month. Philae landing research completed. Launched the Rosetta and Philae payloads to land on Comet 67P. Chernyumov Gerezimenko. My mouth can't make those words. Achieve new scientific discoveries, help better understand our universe. All right. We have to research the Rosetta payload, though, for that. If we want to do that. Really, I want to get this crewed Mars landing rocket built, because that's 15 months. New request mission available on Mercury. What's the request mission on Mercury? Core science. Not interested. Okay. Crewed rover. 5% chance of failure. Succeeded. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Funding review in 2 months here. Still not quite there. We're inching ever closer, though. New request mission available on Earth. Support tests. Nothing's giving me money here. Being real stingy on the old extra money boost. Alright. Crewed rover is next stage, 5%. Awesome. Got ourselves a crewed rover. Prepared. Complete all 4 Mars preparation missions. In first place nonetheless. And we got the crewed rover prep challenge done. So minus 25% vehicle research cost for 6 months. Which at this point we don't really need. Alright. Awesome. 99, we jumped to 99% Mars readiness here. Expertise is at 96%. So what is this? Glorious 9 months. Oh yeah, that's being built right now. Chance of mission success is average. So we're at 99%, and the ESA and Russia are almost equal here at 52 and 51%. Japan just jumped to 43. China is back down at 32. Interesting. Alright, habitat module is complete. We need 3 crew. So, celebrity, test pilot, scientists. And then let's train up this payload. And we'll go in July. Sounds good. Alright, what else? Anything? I got all the mission slots available now that I could ever want. And nothing that I want to actually launch. What about, how much money do I need for these things? 5,000 for centrifuge training, which is tier 3 astronaut talents, which I don't really care about. Space network is 5% payload reliability. The docking training facility, Mars experience reward from successful missions. Again, all these are pretty much not useful now, because we're almost done. New request mission on Earth there. Let's see. 99% launch reliability. 2% chance of failure. Graphics driver crashed? What? Your graphics driver just crashed? 12 months. Oh, jeez, Louise. Yikes. Okay, did I... We now have 4 mission slots. There was a Earth request I saw come through. I mean, I guess I could launch these other ones just because. Or at least I could design them just because. I think we're pretty well done at this point. I could launch the Pluto mission just for the sake of launching it. About Neptune, we got everything. I mean, I might as well just launch the Uranus flyby because we got space for it. The hell. It's the only other milestone we haven't bothered with. Pending Windows update restarts tend to break. Oh yeah, no, I get you. Trust me, I get you. Missions Architect, complete every research in the missions tree. A bold plan. Your science team has proposed a comet hunting mission that will build on the flybys of previous missions by orbiting and landing on it. You've accepted this and set the target as the comet that. This choice will allow your mission time to intercept the comet before it reaches perihelion, and then accompany it as it passes through the critical phase in its life cycle. The orbiting Rosetta spacecraft will be able to sample the dust and gases the comet gives off from its tails while the Philae lander examines the surface up close. Alright. Payload mastery research complete. Agency's unrivaled expertise in spacecraft and satellite technology will grant tremendous boost to the reliability of our mission payloads, plus 10% payload reliability. Okay, so we've completed the entire mission tree. Payload mastery. Alright. So I guess, I mean, I don't have some of these vehicles we can actually knock off really quickly. Some of the older ones here that are only like 200 science. And then I could get like the 5% launch reliability from it, which I don't necessarily need, but why not? Alright, and Jupiter. Let's do a couple of these research things, just knock them off there. Is there anything else? New request mission available on Earth. Yeah, still nothing interesting. Crewed Mars landing vehicle complete. Here's our crew that's going to land on Mars. And I don't have enough scientists. I don't have enough astronauts, I mean. Okay. Well, we gotta send... we got a multinational... Oh, yeah, you know what? Inexhaustible. Okay. Yeah, let's get a multinational. We get a 25% reputation reward for that. And, yep, here we go. Assign you, and assign you. And then, launch and all that stuff looks good. I guess 10,900 science. Let's get more attaboys training there. And we'll go for February of 2009. There we go. There we go. And look at the Atlas booster. Researched. 5% launch reliability. Pluto flyby, payload complete. Uranus flyby, payload complete. And get the cheapest ones we can here. Boom, both of those are we can afford. Okay. Research. So we got that. I need 10 of 15 here, so let's just get these all researched. Funding review. There we go. We made it to tier 20 on funding. 945,000 per month. Sweet. We're just going to kind of run through all this research pretty quickly here, I think. Crewed Mars landing. Here we go. Let's get this puppy launched. 89% launch reliability. Critical delay. There's something. Upper stage goes to level 2. 10% chance of failure. Wow, that's a thing. All right, phase 1 destination Mars, 50% bonus. Sweet. That's what I'm talking about. World follows Mars launch. Thousands of onlookers gathered to watch the historical launch of your crewed mission to Mars. The event dominated global media, culminating in the successful launch of your Valorius vehicle. It's a good name for it. A message from your agency written by your PR team has been widely shared on social media. This launch marks the culmination of decades of work, of triumphs and losses, of repeatedly overcoming the insurmountable. Good luck, Orion. They really should have included a meme or something in there. Like, You know, I mean, it's social media, right? Like, you can't really do it without a meme. Not sure. What's the? I'm trying to think of the actor's name where he's raising the toast. Leonardo DiCaprio. That's what it is. Get the Leonardo DiCaprio meme with it. raising a glass. Okay. CSS. Crewed Mars landing is ready for next mission phase. Alright. 10%. Okay. So far, so good. With that phase. Mars mission remains on track. Coverage of your historic Mars mission has once again dominated global media after your crew successfully conducted a vital course correction on their way to the Red Planet. Mission Control had our backs as usual, commented astronaut Sueko Engel, whose words have been widely shared in the media. We miss our families, but we feel like billions on Earth are willing us on. We're doing this for all of them. Gain 300 support. Admiral Ada has retired and will no longer be available for missions. That's the one that they wanted on the Mars mission. It's retired in the middle of it. So we're reaching the end of the game here. Let's turn the game's music back on here. Go. Also, I should probably save. There we go. Okay, cool. Is there anything? We're at 100% Mars readiness. So that's good. Yeah, all our prep work is done. Chance of mission success is good. All right. Wyvern research complete. All right, so we got another part of this tree done, the Era 3. So we got SLS boosters, 4,400, 6,000. Yeah, okay. Sure. Pluto flyby vehicle complete. Flyby vehicle complete. Alright, let's train up the launch reliability on that one. And we'll launch it in May, I guess. Doesn't really matter at this point. May 2010. And Pluto flyby. What is that? That's also... that's fine. Do attaboys on that one. That one can go earlier. Okay. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Alright. The next phase of this is ready. 10%. There we go. First humans on Mars. Life on Mars, land humans on Mars. 22% of people have done it. We did it first. There it is. Mars Horizon. Multiplanetary species win the race to Mars. 21.9%. Gotten that achievement. Very cool. Very, very cool. Has landed humans on Mars November of 2009. Historical comparisons. Let's see. What was his missions? Oh, wait. Milestones completed 35. Total missions completed 95. Finished 32 first. 0 failed, according to revisionist history. And no rockets exploded. Again, revisionist history. Historical comparisons. First artificial satellite was in June 1958. It was called the Explorer. That was... Okay, in-game is on the left and real historical dates on the right. So, in-game we did June 1958 for the first artificial satellite. Historically, it was October of 1957, and it was Sputnik 1. First human in space, July of 1962 in Mercury, in our game, but in reality, it was April of 1961, the Vostok 1, that was Soviets. First human EVA, September 1967, the Gemini, or Gemini, if they like, as they like to call it. But historically, it was March of 1965, the Voskhod 2 by the Soviets. First human on the moon, March 1970 in our game on the Apollo, but in reality, it was July 1969 on the Apollo 11 by the US. And then first space station, September of 1973, Skylab in our game, but in reality, it was April of 1971, the Salyut 1, which was Soviets. Interesting. 6 astronauts retired. Oldest astronaut in space, Pamela Atta at 54. Astronaut with the most missions, Willow Smith with 14. Okay. Funding tier reached tier 20. Science accumulated 676,198 and 143,490 support. Mission text research 64, which was all of them. Vehicle text was 46, which is almost all of them, and 26 building. Well, there we go, friends. Well, there we have it. That was good. That, my friends, has been Mars Horizon. Very good game. It's a game that I've played once before, but I didn't get to the end. This is the first time I got to the end. And I really enjoy it. I enjoy the strategy of the game. There's a lot of good historical data in here too, historical things. But I particularly like this being able to strategize and kind of pick and choose what I should do first and second to try to get to be first at everything. There's some things about the game that I don't particularly enjoy. I think the mini games are, and this is something that a lot of people have discussed who have played the game. The mini games I don't particularly like in it. I think one of the nice things they did is they did add an ability to just turn on auto resolve in the options menu for everything, so you can just kind of just make it a coin toss as to whether or not you're going to succeed at something. And honestly, towards the end of the game, it kind of just makes sense to do that because you've got so much payload reliability and everything else that it just makes sense to just let the game run that for you. Because what happens is as you get to the later stages of the game, the mini games get really, really crazy, and are a lot harder than just rolling the dice. And I think honestly, if I were to change one thing, I would say, I think the mini games would have been more interesting if they were just a matter of getting the bonus. Like right now, the minigame dictates both whether or not you succeed, and also there's like if you there's like a target that you can say, oh, you'll get 50% bonus if you hit this target. And I think really it should have been just a coin toss as to whether or not you succeeded, because that's basically the launch. The launch is a coin toss as well, as to whether or not you succeed or explode, right? Do the same thing for the payload, different payload stages, but then give you the option then to say, I need the bonus for this. So I'll play the mini game. The mini game's not going to affect, it's not going to negatively affect the payload, but the mini game just exists to give you a boost of resources, because a lot of times you just need that 50% boost, especially with the money getting tight towards the end of the game and everything else. And then I would change the boost from 50% to 100% at that point. And then that way there's a reason not to skip it at that point. Like for certain things, like for some things for most things you'll want to skip it, but for a few things it would be nicer then to do it. But as it stands right now, pretty much once you've got your payload reliability up and your launch reliability up, you just auto resolve everything. At that point, it's not worth, the mini game's just not worth the headache. And you'll often fail the mini game where just an auto resolve would have succeeded, so there's that. The other thing is I'd like the building out of like the NASA facility or the space facility. But I think that the amount of money that you have to dump into that facility and the amount of boost you get from it, in other words, like the percentage improvement in like launch reliability or other things that you get from the facilities and pairing them up, doesn't really match. It doesn't feel balanced out. You would have to dump a hell of a lot of money into those buildings, and then on top of that, clearing out the area costs additional money, depending on what you're trying to clear out, and it just kind of feels, it feels like it's just not worth doing after a certain point. Right? Because when you get to the point where you're starting to explore the outer planets and you're basically in era 3 of the game, the exploration phase of the game, at that point, all that money is getting dumped into payloads and rockets and building those and just kind of waiting for those to get done because they take, 15 months or so. And it just doesn't feel like it's worth really investing in anything as far as ground facilities are concerned, except for mission control, which just gives you more mission slots, which allows you to get even more of a head start on things. And they're not nearly enough lucrative missions that give you like a boost of money either. I mean, early on you get quite a bit, but later on in era 3 it's kind of harder to come by. So I think that's really the thing, is that there's kind of like a little bit of an imbalance as far as the money goes with it. The other thing too, the other kind of downfall I would say, is that the AI almost definitely cheats, at least early on. Later in the game, the AI becomes no factor at all. Like once you've gotten into era 3 and you're starting to just kind of, rock, you've got 5 mission slots and you're just rocking things, like the AI is so far behind it can't catch up. Early on it just cheats. Like there were multiple times when the AI would fail a mission and then the next month launch that mission again. And it's like, well, wait, there should be like several months where it's building the rocket and all this stuff, and no, it's like, instantly it's ready to go again. And it's just kind of strange. I kind of wish the AI was playing with the same deck as the rest of us, but beyond that, I mean, I enjoy this tremendously. This game is really good, well worth the money. Love the strategy elements of it. Mars Horizon 2 is in development. I'm interested to see how that goes. I think they're. I don't know when they're early. I think they're going to do an early access thing, but I don't remember exactly when it's going to be. But I'm keeping an eye on that when that happens. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, my friends, that was Mars Horizon. So, and that's my thoughts on it. And for those who watch this little portion of my thoughts video, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next thoughts video, hopefully. Okay. Cool. It's 11:41, so I probably am gonna stop here. Though it would be really nice. Like I kind of have a little bit more gas in the tank, though. But let's see, just out of curiosity. Let's see. Mars Horizon 2 is Mars Horizon 2: The Search for Life. It looks a lot different than the first one. But investigate the solar system and collect evidence of life, manage base building, rocket designing, launches, and mission planning to Mars and beyond, leading the way in the future of space exploration. Looks like they have, yeah, I mean, the interface is completely different, which is interesting to see what that's all about. It looks like there's like on the surface you're doing things, which is kind of cool. Yeah, this just says to be announced, and I don't know if it's going early access or full release or not. Test mission demo, which launched at the end of September. Oh, they had a test mission demo that they put out a while ago. So October 2025 was their last news. So that game still isn't out. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know when they started working on it. I'll be honest. Or how far along it is. I mean, this says developer update 17. So let's see how far back this goes. Uh, 2024, we're back to. All right, so the first one, we're making Mars Horizon 2. And that was March 15th of 2023. So yeah, it's been a while. It's been quite a while. So yeah. Yeah, they have a lot of updates here. So yeah, it's been a bit. It's been quite a bit. It looks very different too. So I'm kind of curious as to how that's going to work. Because I assume most of it's just going to take place on Mars at that point, because that was the whole point of the first game, was to make it to Mars. So, so we'll see. But yeah, that was that one, and then oh, Shadows Heretic Kingdoms was the let me get some music going here. Shadows Heretic Kingdoms was the one I was, or not Heretic Kingdoms. Shadows Awakening was the one I was talking about. Was another action RPG top down that I was looking at. What's the? Oh, I have some demos lined up. I was going to start the demos maybe on Monday. I don't know. I might do a demo tomorrow night, or do some demos tomorrow night. But the Steam Next Fest is next week, And there's already been some demos being released. I did play a little bit of Windrose, which looks interesting. Cargo Hunters is another one that's, we'll see. I haven't played any of Demon Tides, but I do want to take a look at that. So we have a couple of demos there I'm going to look at, and I'm just going to keep an eye out for any more coming out next week. I don't know how well the quality of the early demos coming out has been, or like it's been demos of games I'm not really too interested in. So I'm hoping that when the Steam Next Fest launches officially on Monday, that we'll get more demos that I'd actually want to play, and that are higher quality. But we'll see. We'll see. This might end up being just a regular week. Because at the same time, I hate to take a week off from doing like Octopath Traveler and all that stuff, because I know that's going to take me forever to get done. But at the same time, I do like to see these demos and things. So we'll see how that goes. Spydrop's Gaiden, I'm not even sure about. Extinction Zone, I haven't done anything with. Kingdom Loop, I played a little bit of. It's interesting. So I might end up doing that as well. What was the other thing? Oh, what was that? There was another game. Star Wars. What was the Star Wars game I was thinking of? Star Wars. I do own it, don't I? Was it? It's not Empire at War, is it? Is it Empire at War? No, this was the ground-based one, right? Yeah, that's the ground-based one. That's not that one. What's the name of it? Starfighter? No. Republic Commando I've played. I think I streamed this too. This is really good. Dark Forces Remaster, Rebel Assault 1 and 2. Rebellion? Was it Rebellion? Maybe? I think this is it. I think this is the one I was talking about. I think it's Star Wars Rebellion. Yeah, I think this is it. 1998. The only Star Wars games I have are Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2. I have started... So I finished Knights of the Old Republic 2 way back in the day. Never finished Knights of the Old Republic 1, though I know the story of it. I have started Knights of the Old Republic several times. I've had several streams where I've started it and I've never finished. I never got, all the way through the game. And it's not because I didn't like the game. It's just because too many other things come up at the same time. And I need to kind of just focus. It's the same thing with like Shadowrun. Like I still need to get back to Shadowrun. It's just like things take my focus away, and then I'm like, oh, I'll come back to it, and then But yeah, this one, and then Knights of the Old Republic 2, I definitely want to do on stream at some point. See, I would do... So I played The Force Unleashed back on the Xbox console before I was doing any streaming and stuff. And it was okay, but I don't think I can... I don't know that I would play this again. You know what I mean? Like, it was okay, but it wasn't enough that I feel like I would want to play it again. So there's that. What was the other one? Star. Was it Star? Star. Stardust Origins. Star Rangers. Not Starborn Frontiers, no. Starship Troopers. Oh, the Stargate Timekeepers. Man, I wanted to play. I was waiting for this game to play it, and it just ended up being such a, like, not a great game. But I should probably still play it anyway. Just for the sake of argument. Starcom Unknown Space, not that one. I do need to. I want to return to Battlestar Galactica Deadlock at some point. I streamed a bunch of it, but I never finished it because I got really stuck. But I definitely want to do another run of this. Definitely, because I love the tactical battles in this game. This game really. The only thing about this game I didn't like was the overall, like, moving your pieces around the board kind of thing. That part was really daunting, but the actual tactical battles were really cool. Yeah, Stargate had a game that was not. It was Stargate in name, in name only. And it's a relatively recent one. It came out last year, but nobody knows about it, and for good reason. It wasn't very good. Star Traders Frontiers, that's what it is. So this is one of the ones that's really daunting. Like, I think I would love this game. I've played a little bit here and there off camera, but it's like way over my head a lot of times, and I need to be able to sit down with it and be in a mode where I can just kind of just chill and just kind of figure it out as I go. Looks like Galaxy on Fire. In a way, it is. In a way, it's like Galaxy on Fire, but it's more. It's by the Tracy brothers, which are really cool developers. They actually, I think they're from. I want to say they're definitely Pennsylvania. I think they're from somewhere in Montgomery County, I think. Relatively, close by Philadelphia. So yeah, it's an interesting one. It's a lot of like crew management, and the combat is interesting. It's all turn-based and stuff. So yeah, it's there's stuff like you see a screenshot like this and you're like, oh my god, there's so many numbers, and there's just a lot of numbers. It's like one of those games where it's like either you like numbers or you don't. And when I see a lot of numbers like this, I'm like, oh boy. I'm like, I really need to like ease myself into it to figure it out. So there's that, and then I don't think this is on Steam. I think it's on. I think I have it separately, but I can't think of the name of it now. The other one that I want to play that's also kind of like that. Actually, I think it is on Steam. Star. I forget the name of it now. It has left my brain. Oh, did Starmancer ever get released? It has not. This is such a shame, man. This game has been in early access for so freaking long, and it was kickstarted, but it's like changed direction so many times. And they've kind of like, they had this larger thing that they wanted to do, and then they kind of have pivoted a little bit and trying to release small things here and there. Chucklefish, and in fact, they were. Yeah, people are saying it's abandoned. It's not. It's not necessarily abandoned. It's very close. It's very much on the cusp of being abandoned. It's just very slow development. It's not their primary focus, which kind of sucks because it looks like it would be really cool. But yeah, and I'm glad they got a publisher. I'm glad they got Chucklefish as their publisher. But yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. Wall World for Steam. I do have the original Wall World. I'm not sure. I watched another streamer play Wall World, and I'm not sure if it's my thing or not. Because I kind of looked at it, I was like, yeah, it would be something I'd be interested in, but then there's so many other things that I'm more interested in right now. So it's kind of been I keep pushing it down the list. It's like one of those things where I kind of want to do it, but at the same time, there's so many other things right now. Starboard? Star Rupture. What was the other thing? Starport. Oh, the one thing I do want to start. So you were asking me earlier, like, what's next after Mars Horizon? And I've been meaning to do this for a while. And I think it's going to be Starpoint Gemini Warlords. If I can find it here. I guess I should just search for it. Yeah, here we go. Starpoint Gemini Warlords. So the original Starpoint Gemini game I played many years ago, and I loved it. Starpoint Gemini 2, I bounced off of. I want to come back to it at some point, but it was like, it was kind of rough. Starpoint Gemini 3, I think, also was equally pretty rough. Like, they kind of just threw them out there, and they were, But I've heard of the whole series of games. What I've heard is that Starpoint Gemini Warlords is, like, fantastic. And so I want to play this in the slot where I was playing Mars Horizon. Which I don't even know really what slot that is anymore, because I was kind of just playing it as I had time. So I feel like this will get pushed up a little bit, because I do want to play this because I've heard so many good things about it, and it's mostly positive, right? Like 75%, which most of the Starpoint Gemini games are not that positive. Let me see if the first one is here. Starpoint Gemini franchise. I don't even think the first one is available on Steam, is it? Oh, it is. It is. So the original Starpoint Gemini, mostly negative, although it was really good. Despite it being mostly negative, it was really good. I think most of the people who are giving it negatives are because it does have a tendency to crash and be unstable. And it did crash a lot for me and be unstable. Plus, there's Time Breach, which was an interesting little DLC for it. 2 was, I mean, it's mostly positive, but I kind of bounced off of it. I would like to get back to it though, because I think I bounced off of it just because I wasn't really in the right mindset or the right mood for it, and it was such a departure from the way Starpoint Gemini 1 controlled that I was having problems with it. Like I was having problems with like the control scheme and stuff. But that same control scheme is in Gemini Warlords, and I've been playing just a tiny bit of it off camera, and I'm kind of getting used to it. So I might want to do that. And then also Starpoint Gemini 3, I don't even think I took a look at. Yeah, it's mixed. Do I even own it? Oh, a member of your Steam family already. Yeah, okay. My second, I have it on my second account. So yeah, it's at some point on that one. But that's, I've kind of pushed both of those down low. I want to look at definitely want to look at Warlords and see. And Starpoint Gemini 2 had a bunch of DLCs, which I think I have all the DLCs for it. Yeah. So that's a thing. And what was that? What was it? So some of the other things as far as RPGs go, as far as RPGs go, some of the things I'm looking at that I want to revisit. So we've been playing The Last Starship. I'm going to continue playing The Last Starship. I do want to finish The Last Starship. I think as lukewarm as I am on some of it, I'm enjoying it enough that I do want to finish it. So we're probably going to spend a little bit more time on The Last Starship after we get past all the demos and stuff this next week. But one of the things that people keep saying here is that if you really want a game that does The Last Starship better, as far as like crew management and stuff, is look at Space Haven. Now, Space Haven I've owned for a while, even before I owned The Last Starship. And it's just been in early access, and it's still in early access. It's been in early access for a while, since like at least 2020. And I've played a little bit here and there, but not enough to really to get into it. And when I played it, back when I played it, it was still very buggy and kind of, difficult to do anything. But it's looking like it's improved greatly, and there's a lot more to do. And it's basically spaceship colony sim. So you were saying like The Last Starship felt like a spaceship colony sim. This is definitely a spaceship colony sim, through and through. So mixed with Habbo Hotel, yeah, maybe a little bit with the art style and stuff. But yeah, this is definitely more crew oriented, more like I'm building a city in space kind of thing. So I definitely want to jump into this. I'm kind of like waiting on it a little bit because it's still early access. I do think, what's it? Their version 0.22, but that's not really true. It's the way they're versioning stuff, I believe, is like this is the 22nd release. It's not 0.2. Because I think they announced recently that they're going to go 1.0 soon-ish. I believe. Or maybe I'm thinking of a different game. Stable. Major updates. Station mode. Maybe I'm thinking of a different game. But 0.22, I mean, they've been in development for a long time. They've been in early access for years, so there's a lot more going on here. I feel like I read that somewhere. Maybe it wasn't Space Haven that I read it on. Development plan. We do not have a set in stone roadmap. Panel discussions. Ours in this game. Game's solid. Here it is. Our plans are to transition from early access to full release this year. This was on February 10th. So yeah. So I think that's that version number is a misnomer. Because they're gonna go 1.0 later this year. It sounds like so, which is kind of cool. So like maybe by the time I get to it, they'll go 1.0. Maybe I should get to it just prior to them going 1.0 and then get a hang of it. So we'll see. Version numbers depend on what you consider major release. Yeah. See, I always try to go major, minor, patch. You know, which is the Apache way of doing things. Apache software way of doing things. Major, minor release. But even then, sometimes what you consider minor ends up being a breaking thing, which probably should have been major, and all that stuff. So it's like I kind of like the way Minecraft did it, like Mojang did it for a little while, where it was like the year and then the release number. So it was like 22, B1 or whatever it was, or something like that. I'm kind of down with that release numbering now, where you just put the year and then maybe month, like whatchamacallit, the like Ubuntu and all that stuff. They kind of do like the year and then the month of the release, because they do 2 releases a year, so it'd be like 2204 and 2210, that kind of stuff. And that kind of, I mean, it takes away the utility of knowing whether or not you're going to be broken. But then again, most people assume they're going to be broken. With something like that, with something big like an operating system, you're probably going to be broken anyway. So, yeah, 6 months cycle. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Under the Island, which is a demo that we played back on the last Steam Next Fest, just released. And I definitely want to play this too. See, there's just so much stuff to do. There's so many things to play. But I definitely want to play this. And this is not like, I mean, this is an action RPG, but it's like very different from everything else that we're playing right now. So I'm kind of like, yeah, this would be kind of nice. But then again, I say that I want to play this, but also if I bring up the emulator here, I've got, so Champions of Norath I've loaded up, which is a game that I had started streaming last year or the year before. And I stopped because on my old computer I got to an area in it where it was just chugging. Like it wasn't, like it couldn't, the frame rate was terrible. Hopefully with the new computer that's not going to be the case. So we have that. And then as I said, I was testing out Dark Cloud, which is a really interesting one that I kind of want to do sooner rather than later, because I feel like that's it's kind of a weird off the wall one, and it's retro, and I think a lot of people are down with the retro stuff right now, especially given how expensive newer games have been. Like it's hard to get people to get interested in indie games, even though they're the most affordable games you can get, and you'll probably get a lot of enjoyment out of them. It's just hard to get people to like care about them for some reason. But you pull out an old retro game that maybe people either have or haven't heard of before, and suddenly it's like everyone wants to see it, you know. And so I get it. I get it. You know, it is what it is. But yeah, I want to. So I'm trying to figure out which one of those I want to do first. Do I want to do Under the Island first, or do I want to do Dark Cloud? I'm kind of leaning towards Dark Cloud a bit. You bought Saga Frontier 1 like 4 or 5 times that, yeah. Yep. Yeah. They don't have a PC version of that, right? Oh, they have a remastered version of it. Oh, and I own the remastered version of it. Wait, what the hell? And I have the second one on my wish list. Well, so I wonder, is the remaster? It's got very positive. I mean, I wonder if the remaster is good. Huh. One additional playable character. Yeah. Some translation fixes. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, that's another one. That's another one. I mean, all these are on my list, but that's another one to look at. Did I put this in? Let me see something. Where's my... I don't have it on there. Let's add to Spotlight. I'm trying to put stuff in a list that I kind of want to revisit. So I've got like, yeah, 3030 Death War. This is an interesting one, and it's one that I definitely want to get back to. I played a little bit of it, but I've never finished it. I want to finish it. Deadlock, Atom RPG is another one. Astro Colony. I don't remember that one at all. What was this one? Oh. Oh, okay. It's like I got it. It was kind of it reminded me a little bit of Startopia. Yeah, that's why I wanted to take a look at it. Oops, that's the background. I want to go back here. Crosscode, yes. I think I have Crosscode on here somewhere. Yes, here it is. Crosscode. I played a little bit of that too. I want to get back to that. Beyond Contact, BIOS. Oh, Big Pharma I played a little bit of, and I never finished. That's a strategy game. After the Collapse is another RPG one. Captain Forever Trilogy. I don't know if I even looked at it all. Black Skylands is an interesting one too. Chaos Galaxy was one of those that it's a strategy game. It's a tactical turn-based strategy game, and good lord, I liked what was there, but man, it went over my head big time. So that's another one that I have to like lock in for. Alex, I played a little bit of. Endless Sky, Dyson Sphere Program, we did a little bit of. Drox Operative is fantastic. Drox Operative and Drox Operative 2 are an interesting premise because they're top-down action RPG, 2D shooter. But basically, the AI is playing a 4X strategy game, and you're just a player within that 4X strategy game. So like the AI is like attacking one another, and they're doing all these strategic moves, and you're just kind of in there, just kind of flying around and either thwarting their plans or helping them or anything else in between. It's kind of an interesting concept. And Drox Operative 2 is more of the same. So those are both really cool. Dirt Rally. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see if I like Dirt Rally. Oh, So I swore to myself I would play Deus Ex: The Fall at some point, even though it's god awful. Um, but it's one of those things where it's so god awful. I need to just play it. I just have to, because I played all the other Deus Ex games. I was like, this is the only one I haven't done yet in the franchise, and I just got to do it, even though it's god awful. So one of these days, I'm going to subject everybody to Deus Ex: The Fall. You tried Dirt Rally because you built yourself a racing sim, and yeah, not your cup of tea. Yeah, I have to see. I have to see, because I like the rally race stuff, but a lot of it is just so damn difficult that I just can't stick with it. You know. Dishonored 2. I played Dishonored all the way through. I have never played Dishonored 2. So that's another one that's on the list. Oh, the Fate trilogy of games. That was recommended to me. I haven't played any of those yet. Factorio, I started to play a little bit off camera. I don't think it's my thing. I really don't. I tried a little bit off camera and I'm like, it's not really my thing. Factory Town, on the other hand, I haven't tried yet. I want to do that. Flying Tiger Shadows over China, I did the demo for, and I liked it, but I never played the full game. Frontier Pilot Simulator is... I don't know if this ever got finished. I think this... Was this abandoned? It's out there. But I think it's... I should get enough credits to buy anything useful. Yeah, this is kind of a... It's kind of sort of an American Truck Simulator, but for space stuff, if I remember correctly. But not sure. So I have that on there as a... Come back to it at some point. Oh, Graveyard Keeper. I mean, that's a Stardew Valley right there. That's like 100 hours to do, but I definitely want to do Graveyard Keeper. I've played a little bit here and there, but not enough to get through it. Star Trucker. Yeah, I've played a little bit of Star Trucker too. I kind of want to go back to that at some point and actually play it all the way through, or at least play it longer than I did, because I didn't get very far, because I got to, like, I think I was like an hour in or something, and I froze to death. I was like, yeah, I'll come back to this. I was like hauling something and I just froze to death. I was like, yeah, I'll come back to this. That was my experience with it. Grim Realms. I don't know. Oh, Grid Miner, it was interesting, but we'll see. But Grim Realms, what was this? Dark Fantasy Colony Sim. Yeah, see, I think I have this on here just because it's so... It looks like Kingdom. And it kind of plays a little bit like Kingdom, but as far as I know, it's more... It's closer to, like, Terraria. Kind of, sort of. But yeah, it was interesting enough that I was like, let's put this on here and come back to it. Hammer Ting, interesting. Holy Potatoes were in space. Oh yeah, Homeworld Remastered. Oh, man, I would love to play Homeworld for you guys, because I played Homeworld 1 back in the day, but I remember it just being such a difficult game that I'm afraid that if I play Homeworld Remastered Collection, that I'm going to get really frustrated and angry. And that's not really a good thing on stream. Imperator Rome. Oh, Van Helsing. Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing Final Cut. That's something too. Invisible Ink. The Metro series of games I've never played. Moonbase is an interesting one, interesting fun one. Pulsar Lost Colony is not really a single player game. You can do it single player, but it's not really. Pillars of Eternity, I have one here. There's Saga Frontier. Rebel Galaxy, I want to revisit that, as well as Rebel Galaxy Outlaw. Star Command Galaxies. I thought I did Star Command. I guess I didn't actually finish it. There's Warlords. Star Deus. Star Crawlers, which is kind of a Legend of Grimrock if it were sci-fi kind of thing. Venetica. What was this one? I don't remember what this one was. Man, it would be really great if these trailers had actual gameplay in them. That would be really swell. Yeah, action adventure single player. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I think I was just intrigued by it. Alright, well that's on there too. That's on there too. That's just a few of the things. There's more on the list here that I haven't really looked too much at. In fact, you know what? Let's remove that from Spotlight because I'm done that, and we'll add that to complete it. Now officially completed Mars Horizon. Yeah, alright. Moonlighter is also very. Oh, I do have Moonlighter here. Now see, I tried to play. I have Moonlighter 2 as well, apparently. Is this the one? Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, this is I was thinking of a different one. So Moonlighter, I never actually played. I picked it up because I saw Moonlighter 2, and I heard from a lot of people who played Moonlighter 2 that it was very different from Moonlighter 1, and they kind of liked that the art style was very different, and like the way you play it was very different, and they kind of liked Moonlighter 1 better. So I picked it up after I got Moonlighter 2. So I have both of those listed as things I want to take a look at. Yeah. Dungeon crawling and shopkeep. Yeah. No, I was thinking of there was another one that I tried playing, but it was a little too twitchy for me. Is it Moon? Did it have Moon in it? What was that called? It was like a it was a like you were in a mansion. You had a family of adventurers in this like mansion, and the world was being consumed by something. It was kind of, I think it was a little bit of roguelike. And it was pixel art, 2D pixel art. I can't think of the name of it now. And I guess it didn't have Moon in the title because it didn't show up here, but yeah, I don't even know what to search for. I can't think of even the publisher or anything for that, but yeah, cool beans. All right. Well, yeah, I know. It's on the tip of my tongue. For some reason, Moonlighter sounds correct, but it's not. It's like something else. It's some twist of that. Yeah, I can't think of it. I can't think of the name of it. Wait a minute. Let me do. Lamplighter's League. That's not it. Light, torchlight, neon blight, lamplight, skylight. No, none of these are it. Yeah, none of those are it. Yeah. Oh well. The other RPG that was I need to put on my list here, but I wanted to revisit because I never finished it. I didn't even get very far in it. Also, Sector Unknown is an RPG that just came out. This is another one I want to take a look at because this is like a sci-fi one. I want to take a look at that. And what was the other one? Should be up here. Satellite Rain. Yeah, this one I played a little bit of. This is several years ago. This is like 2015. Wow, 2015. Yeah. I started a playthrough of this, and I didn't get very far, and I wanted to come back to it because this looks a lot like a Shadowrun kind of thing. Plays a lot like it too. So that's a thing. So they have yeah, here we go. So all that. Anyway, and maybe possibly I'll try to wrap my head around Terra Invicta, but that's a ways down the road, I think. Yeah, that'll do it though. That'll do it for tonight, I think. I've yapped on long enough here. So tomorrow night, I don't know if we'll play. I don't know if we'll do some demos tomorrow night, or if I will just kind of work on something else, like make more progress on something. I kind of want to play some Octopath Traveler because I've done a bunch off camera. Nothing story related, but I've like unlocked like the training grounds and stuff off camera, and I've been grinding off camera. And I kind of want to, given that we're probably going to be doing some demos this week, I kind of want to get some stuff in on that. We'll see. Because there's a bunch of other things I can be looking at as well. Could jump back into the last Starship 2 for a bit. I don't know. We'll see what I'm in the mood for when we get to that. I was looking today to see when this Shattered Hopes comes out, Battlestar Galactica, and it's quarter 2 2026. So I was like, oh, can I pre-order this? Like, nope. Nope, you can't. I do know that the Star Trek Voyager thing came out. I don't know if I want to. I don't know. I played the demo for it and I didn't really like it because it just kind of, it was like, as someone who's very familiar with Star Trek Voyager and Star Trek franchise, it just felt kind of it felt kind of dull. I mean, because it's retreading ground that has already been established, and it's like, oh, you can make different choices. Like, well, I don't know that I want to make different choices, because if you make the same choices that were made on the game, you get a better outcome. So I don't know. Also, it's not. There's no voice acting. It's all, as far as I know, there's no voice acting. It was all just text based, so I'd have to read out all the text and stuff. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know about it. One of those menu based tactical games, basically. It's a roll of dice game, except they hide the dice. That's really all it is. And unfortunately, it retreads like Voyager's traveling through the Delta Quadrant. Instead of just telling a different story or like an alternate universe story, they just kind of retread the same thing. And so because I know the story, I'm more likely to just pick the same choices that were there and not really do much with it. Like if you compare this to the Battlestar Galactica thing that I just played, where it's the same, almost the same concept, where you're a fleet and you're a fleet and you're trying to escape the Cylons. In this you're just a starship trying to get back home, with all these enemies showing up and stuff. But it has resource management and all that stuff. And you compare this to the demo for Battlestar Galactica, and there's no comparison. The Battlestar Galactica one is just so much better put together. And this is just kind of bland. So I don't know. But it is a Star Trek game, which means I have to buy it because I'm a Star Trek nerd. But I may not ever actually play it on camera. Because I might be just too negative on it, Anyway. That's it for me. If you happen to run across this on the YouTubes and you have a like and or a subscribe that you can spare and toss my way, that'd be really great and swell and awesome. It helps out tremendously, and I appreciate it greatly. Otherwise, thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I hope everyone has an excellent morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on what it is for you. And hope to see you back here again in the future for some more stuff, whatever happens to suit your fancy. Until then, see you, bye.
I suppose by the transitive property, I too must be Vulcan as a motherfucker.